Let's talk about something that's very robust in iMovie, and that's working with video effects. And one thing that's really sort of useful feature in iMovie is the built-in video stabilization. This is especially useful when you have handheld shots, and that can be a bit jerky, and that can, for me particularly, that can make me a bit nauseous when I'm watching that on screen. So to stabilize a clip, it must be in your project timeline. So for example, if I'm looking at this clip right here, and I'm doing a little zooming, it's handheld and it's a bit sort of jerky. All I need to do is I make sure I select that clip right here, go to the adjust toolbar, and you'll notice there's a little shaky camera, and this is your stabilization tool. You click on the stabilization tool and you can check the mark to stabilize your shaky video. So it's going to go in and analyze your video and determine how much to stabilize it. You will not be able to sort of see what's happening until it actually goes through and analyze it. And once it does that, you can decide if you want to increase or decrease your stabilization. So now it's gone through, it's analyzed it, and I can see my video is a little bit more smoother, and I can decide if I want to increase the stabilization or decrease it or reset it. So that's a useful feature right there. Another useful feature that iMovie lets you do is adding cutaways, side-by-side video, and picture-in-picture effects. Now, just like all the functionality in iMovie, it's very much drag and drop. So if I have a clip up here that I want to sort of cut into one of my sort of clips on my timeline, I can just go in and select the clip that I want to use, and then drag it not into the timeline, but on top of the clip. So once I drag it on top, you'll notice that when I play it, it's a cutaway to that clip. All right. So cutaway footage is often referred to as B-roll, and with the cutaway clip selected on the timeline, you can just go, you can double click on it, or you can just go to the effects timeline. You'll notice now there's this option for video overlay settings. And this is where you can change the video overlay style. You'll see the options here: cutaway, green, blue screen, side by side, and picture in picture. So these are all the options that iMovie gives you. So cutaway is the default, how it adds in, that basically just, it's a cut away directly to the other footage. Side by side gives you a split screen, and you can specify if you want your B-roll on the right or on the left, and then you can decide how long you want it to sort of transition into it. So if I watch now, it transitions into the side-by-side, and that's right here with the slider. And this is actually something really useful if you're doing a telephone scene and you want to have both people on the screen. So that's the side-by-side feature. The last one that I'm going to talk about is the picture-in-picture. And this adds your clip right here as a little box right here above the other clip. It's a small frame within the other clip, and you can go in, you can adjust the size. I can make this bigger, I can make it smaller, I can move it around, I can give it a border, a shadow, I can change the, how it's transitioning, a zoom or a swap. So if I change it to a zoom, and I go in and I just preview that, it zooms into the sort of the picture-in-picture. So you can change the transition, etc. And note though, if you actually, when you select this and you change this to a swap, it makes your B-roll footage the background footage and your sort of timeline footage the other footage. So that's another thing that you can work with. And that's about it in terms of those options that you have. The green screen, blue screen is something you'd have to actually shoot your footage that's going to be going above it with a green screen or blue screen background, and that's something that we'll go over at a later date. The last thing I'm going to talk about is actually adding video effects. And iMovie includes a collection of video effects that you can change the way your clip looks in different ways, and that's more so than just adjusting the exposure and the color balance. So if I select a clip that I want to adjust, and I go up into the effects toolbar, there is a option right here that's video and audio effects, and I just click on that. And here to the left is video effects and to the right is audio effects. Now if I click on the video effect, it brings up a frame that has all these different video effects. And if I hold my mouse over it, it will play my video with that effect, and I can see what it looks like. There are 19 different video effects that you can apply to change the appearance of your clip. Like I said, just place your mouse over it and you can preview what it will do to your clip. If you want to use one of these effects, all you need to do is just click on it and it's instantly applied. And these are preset effects, so you can't really edit them. Once you apply them, they're basically, if you want to use them, you use them, and they are how they are. So that is the last one, video effects.